Alex, we have another report. Yes, sir. Your thoughts?
This Hulk thing must be commando trained. It would take a tank to do the damage indicated in those reports, sir.
Another genetic research lab. This tends to confirm my theory about the creature.
Then we go for it?
Just a question of settling on the bait. I'll need to see the dossiers.
I took the liberty, sir.
Several good possibilities. Schoengarth from Stanford, Marx, Von Guiteau, Cabot. I think I prefer her.
Is she the real thing, sir? You know what they call her.
The werewolf doctor? An unfortunate result of her work in cell metamorphosis. She's controversial, but legitimate. She's also particularly grant-hungry. I don't think she'll ask many questions. Book us a flight to Chicago.
Yes, sir. I'll take care of it right now.
That's how they designed the Hulk. Just like that.
To you, sir. An interesting project. And I trust, very lucrative.
They're the ones behind it.
What is this, some kind of a gag?
I can assure you, Mr. McGee, I'm not in the business of amusing people.
What exactly is the nature of your
There's
business, Mr. LaFront?
I find permanent
the
solutions to my clients'
investigative
problems.
reporter, Mr.
Supposed to be a little
McGee,
more specific.
trying to do a
Southeast Asia,
story on the Hulk.
1962, Congo 64, Angola 77.
You're a mercenary.
But he can't ever catch
Among
him
other
because David Banner is on the run.
What makes you think
Running
that you
from
can
Mr.
capture the
McGee.
Hulk when everybody else has failed?
I said nothing about capture.
Well, what makes you think that we would give you a license to kill the Hulk?
This particular issue doesn't require a license. I want a business agreement. For $1 million, I guarantee
Well, the Hulk
results.
does
$1
die,
million.
you know,
We could never
in the
afford
final
something like
episode.
that.
Mark, it isn't a question of the money.
Why, no.
We don't want the creature
Because,
killed, just captured.
That's exactly what I meant.
He runs
See, if you kill
and
the
gets
creature,
aboard
you also kill a man.
that
It's out of the question, Mr.
helicopter, and that woman
didn't know you were
shoots him
such a
out of the
humanitarian
helicopter, and
Thank you for your time.
he takes a long fall down. On
Jack,
the
I was only trying to get rid of him the easiest way. He's a nut.
heliport or
I don't think he's a nut, Mark.
airport.
I do think he's dangerous.
Let's find out a little bit more about him.
Yeah, hello. This is David Medford. I was told to call back today about a job. Uh-huh. I have experience both in hospitals and research labs. I know the equipment. Huh. Well, look, to tell you the truth, I really need the work. It doesn't have to be a technical job. Anything. Maintenance would be all right. No, it's just that I would prefer working in a lab because it's the kind of work I know. Uh-huh. Okay, fine. Well, thank you very much. Yes. Bye-bye.
Limelight Publications is always interested in a good story. But frankly, I never put any stock in that Hulk business. What do you have, Lubin?
Research shows two things, Mr. Hines. One, 75% of the Register's readers believe that the Hulk exists. And two, all our data indicates that the creature is for real.
So, Mr. LaFront's plan would certainly hurt the Register.
And double Limelight circulation. Worth a good deal more, I think, than $1 million.
But wouldn't it be better to catch the thing alive?
A much more problematic and expensive task, also unnecessary. Wouldn't a dead Bigfoot serve you as well as a live one?
Lubin?
Everything considered, he's right.
Well, of course, the problem is that we just can't afford the risk of the initial $180,000 to set this thing up.
For you, there's no risk whatsoever. My account at the Herbalist Swiss Bank. I will instruct my bankers to set aside $180,000 in trust to match the money you put up. If I do not deliver the Hulk, you will be fully repaid. Do we have an arrangement?
No problems with accounting.
We have a deal.
Thank you.
And Mr. LaFront, how are you going to do it?
For now, let us just say I've studied my objective well. I know the Hulk's tendencies. I plan to create the ideal environment for him. And if he follows his usual patterns, he's mine.
Yes, Dr. Cabot. We've got it.
So that's the DNA transposer.
Yes. That's it, my ungainly child, finally taking its first steps. Oh, I've waited a long time.
Congratulations.
Well, they're not in order yet, but thanks. You know, Mr. LaFront, I really must commend you on finding this lab. Its facilities fit my needs to a T.
Well, I research my work carefully.
Oh, I'm still pinching myself. It's like a dream. Especially for one who's been so consistently unfashionable in the scientific world.
The price of genius.
There's just one thing I'm curious about. These people that are funding me, I don't know them.
Businessmen, speculators, they hope to make a killing off your research.
And what if I don't make sufficiently lucrative discoveries?
Oh, don't worry about them. They'll still get a good tax write-off. What about references, Mr. Bedford?
Well, I've been out of the field for a while. I could get them, but it might take some time.
Oh, well, that's all right. Are you familiar with the Absalon 4511 homogenizer?
Yes, I'm operating one.
Excellent. Where was that?
That would have been in my last job. That was at the Kressler Institute.
Oh, is there someone at Kressler I could contact for reference?
Well, I wasn't there very long. I doubt very much that they'd remember me. You know, they had a fire there and all the records were destroyed.
Yes, I'd heard. Well, that's not very important. Your qualifications seem excellent, and frankly, we're in desperate need of personnel. How soon could you be here?
2 days.
Very good. Looking forward to seeing you, Mr. Bedford.
Thank you.
Bedford seems like a good possibility.
Yes. Says he's been out of the field for some time, yet he's familiar with the most advanced equipment.
And no references.
The very question made him decidedly uncomfortable. Activate the Paris computer. Place him in the same category as the others. Well, several locations locations Bedford gave coincide with sightings of the creature.
And the dates are close, too. That makes 5 good suspects now.
More than I anticipated, given the necessary background. Has the special shipment arrived from Texas?
This morning, sir. The target represents your estimate of the creature's height and mass. Excellent. Well, sir, that should stop the Hulk.
I don't think it would. I don't think it will stop the Hulk.
This will be your room, Mr. Bedford.
Thank you.
We eat 3 times a day. The kitchen's open 24 hours. If you have any other needs, that's my department. Any
Maybe
questions,
a
sir?
bazooka,
No, you're
but
more than
hey.
efficient. Sort of remind me of my old first sergeant.
It's hard to teach an old dog
Strong
new
as
tricks.
that guy is.
You hated him, I bet.
Well, something like that. But I can't think of anybody I'd rather be in a jam with.
I hope we never find ourselves in the jam. I hope you're comfortable, sir.
Thank you.
Since Mr. Bedford is experienced with micromanipulators and DNA homogenizers, I thought it would be of particular use to you, Doctor.
Yes, indeed. Where did you train?
Well, mostly at the Culver Institute.
Oh, one of the long line of institutions that denied me a grant. But don't worry, I won't hold it against you if you're good. The lab's this way.
Well, Alex, what do you think of him?
Well, he's as good a suspect as anyone we've hired so far, sir. He's a nice man.
Nice. Alex, you wouldn't be losing your objectivity on me, would you?
No, sir.
Good. We've been together a long time. I'd hate to see it. Careful about fraternizing with nice Mr. Bedford. You may have to shoot him.
Yeah, you may have to shoot him. So you can prove if he's the Hulk or not.
So, David, you're not afraid that
He
the
is the
werewolf
Hulk.
doctor will lead you astray?
I've read your work.
There is
and
no
not
if he is, if he ain't, he is.
And I think it's very important, especially this.
Oh, you know about the transposer.
Oh, it's not easy to disregard a prototype for initiating and controlling DNA transfers.
Very good. And its implications don't terrify you like so many of my colleagues? Cellular mutation, new life forms?
I don't think that you are trying to create a monster, if that's what you mean. No, if this transposer works, it could be a major breakthrough in the controlling of genetic disease.
Yes. And that, David, is why I keep at it, despite the criticism.
And that, Doctor, is why I am here, despite the criticism and the danger.
Danger? You're beginning to sound like your friends at Culver. I've taken all the recommended precautions.
I just meant that we're dealing with something so new. The precautions may not yet be established.
Agreed. But I'll have to risk that.
Agreed.
And so will you if you want to work with me. Anytime you push ahead the first moonshot, X-ray, vaccination, someone has to take the plunge, despite the potential dangers. Care to join me?
This December on El Rey Network. Showtime! Watch movies that...
I'm gonna fast forward for all these commercials.
Yes, sir.
Back to the show. Here we go.
The Kaiju Christmas Marathon begins Christmas Day, all week long on El Rey Network.
Well, work devices are all operational, also the trip flares.
Good. But I want more lights as well.
Yes, sir.
What about your calculations?
We can take the creature at any point in the compound, sir.
Excellent. Well, what do you think, Alex? Have we got our man? Is he here?
I don't know, sir.
Yep.
I
There's
can
a lot
feel
of
it,
people
Alex.
named Alex besides
Quiet
just me.
before the battle. We've done everything our research has indicated. Odds are he's here.
You understand the risk I'm taking? If anyone from the office saw me talking to you...
No one's going to see you, Pauline. This part of town isn't seedy enough for the limelight crowd. Okay, what have you got on this guy? Well, up front.
You were right, Jack. He showed up, and it's something big. Now, Jack, I am not doing this for your good looks. So are you sure you got enough pull to get me onto the register with the raise?
What about LaFront?
Hines just put him on Limelight's payroll, but real quiet. Laundered money, lots of it, the whole bit. Do you know what's going on?
Where's the money going?
I don't know. Jack, I already stuck my neck out far enough. Now what about the job?
Tell you what to do, Pauline. You stick around Limelight a little bit longer. Find out where that money is going. We'll take care of you.
Jack.
We'll take good care of you.
Okay.
Here, try this. It's exciting.
You get too far away from the TV, it gets a little lighter, but if you get closer, you can make out. Cameras reflect, so if there's any light, it's going to reflect off the camera, so...
David, where would you like me to put this, sir?
Careful. Be very careful with that. That's hydrofluoric acid.
Hydro what?
Fluoric acid. I'll take this end, you just hold on to that end, and we have a home for it. Right over there in the fume cabinet, okay?
It's potent, huh?
Potent? Oh, if you spilled any of this acid within a matter of seconds, you'd be unconscious. After a minute, the fumes would completely destroy your lungs, and the acid itself would burn a hole right through the floor.
This place is more dangerous than a minefield.
Not familiar with laboratories, huh?
Minefields, yes. Laboratories, no.
Well, let's hope the funding holds out, and then you'll have every opportunity of exploring the place.
Well, that'll be a change for me. I never did get to spend too much time in one place.
Army moved you about a lot.
Yes. One army or another.
Have family?
No, sir. Well, I never wanted one. Strange. Right now, doesn't seem like such a bad thought.
Dr. Cabot, do you think she's really onto something?
Oh, yes. Her work is very important. It could save countless lives.
That's another business I don't know very much about. David, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes, you were saying.
It's nothing, sir. If you'll excuse me, I have things to tend to.
Doctor, the section cutting is well within our parameters.
Fine.
Damn.
We'll get the E. coli culture.
E. coli culture.
Let's try some low power exposure. Now let's try moving the DNA from one sector to the next.
One sector to the next. Oh, God.
Country A. The military believes that El Presidente has too much power. El Presidente suddenly dies in a boat accident. Very convenient for the generals. Here, the Gold Coast. A tribal dispute is suddenly settled when one tribe decides to hold its council meeting over a truckload of dynamite. You've got extortion, kidnapping, even assassination and revolution.
All of this is the work of LaFront?
So my sources believe. Of course, it's pretty much cloak and dagger work, but it seems as reliable as anything else. One thing they all agree on, he is a killer.
Where do you think LaFront is now?
I'm working on that. My last contact was with an arms dealer, black market. It seems LaFront made a purchase. A bazooka.
A bazooka?
Now what that... Hello, McGee. You're right.
Right when he's making a good point, the
Good.
phone rings.
Okay, thanks, Pauline. You've got that job. Well, that was Pauline over at Limelight.
Yeah?
They have traced the money to a dummy lab. Stands to follow. If the money is there, so's LaFront. And I'd better be too.
I'll handle things here. Dr. Cabot.
Phenomenal growth.
Mm-hmm. And in just 12 hours, too.
Compared to the original cell, it's a giant.
If my skin was dry, it would look like this. But Gold Bond Men's Love
can be heard any.
Amen.
Under Bible Doc.
This again, just to test our results?
I'm more than satisfied with our results.
Well, it's such a delicate procedure, and frankly, I'm very concerned, especially if we're going to be using laboratory animals soon. I mean, I am tired, exhausted. How about yourself? We've been working all night long. Huh? The sun is up already.
You're right. Patience was never one of my virtues. It's just that I've been in this game so long, seeing funding disappear overnight, especially when the work is controversial. Go get some rest.
Well, I would like to at least get cleaned up and get a change of clothes. I'm starting to feel like one of your cultures. What about you? Aren't you going to get some rest?
Well, I'll get some rest in just a moment. I want to make a few more notes.
I see.
Make a few more notes.
All right. Well, good night. I mean, good morning.
Good morning.
She wasn't concentrating for being too tired.
Doctor, you got
turning into the Hulk. Hydrofluoric acid. Yep.
Alex, he saved my life. Alex, don't hurt him. He saved my life.
What are you? Are you a man? Wait! Alex! Shoot him! You saved that woman's life. Alex! Can you understand me? Alex! What's the matter with you? I don't know. We'll discuss this later. Help her, then meet me at the perimeter.
Yeah, he's a superhero. He's supposed to save lives. He's turning back into David Banner again. David Banner mode instead of Hulk mode.
The perimeter. He's still here somewhere.
Our man's one of us. Check everyone's room and assemble the staff.
Yes, sir.
Alex, what happened? I thought I heard an explosion.
We've had a little trouble, ma'am, but it's nothing. Could you please go to the conference room?
Right away.
Thank you.
Mr. Bedford?
Mr. Bedford?
Alex, yes, what is it?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir. We've had some trouble. Could you come to the conference room?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a minute, will you?
Thank you, sir.
I got 2 likes already on this video.
The thing we keep in that lab is an affront. Do you know what an affront is?
Something offensive.
That's right.
But everything's under control.
I don't like commercials. I just
nothing else compares.
like my TV show. I mean, I
don't know.
All commercials are good for is interrupting your
Some kind of
TV
transformation
program.
Of a man.
Into that?
Why not?
You're watching.
You yourself have talked about lycanthropes, werewolves in your writing.
Yes, but that was as a metaphor for the changes cells make. You're talking about a myth.
And where do myths come from? In Kenya, there's a leopard society. Sumatra, were-tigers. Europe, werewolves. It's a universal idea. Why couldn't there be something behind it?
I suppose it's possible. We did see it. We have to find that creature, and we have to study it.
Yes, we have to find it. Excuse me. Everyone's here, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry to bother you at this hour, but you probably heard the noise. I'd like to put you at ease. We had some vandals attempt to break into the lab early this morning. There was some damage, but everything's under control.
Do you know who? What did the police say?
I haven't notified them, nor do I intend to. The last thing this project needs is controversy, publicity. I urge you all to go about your duties as if nothing had happened. We must all stand behind Dr. Cabot. Her work is very important. Alex will continue to handle security. Any errors he might have made, I'm sure, will not be repeated. You have nothing to worry about. That's all. Thank you very much.
David, a word with you? I was in the lab last night, continuing our work. There was an accident.
What about the vandalism?
Come to the lab. David, if that creature I saw was a product of human metamorphosis, it could be a possible end to my research. Now, this is something I want to pursue.
Dr. Cabot, consider the original thrust of your work. Cancer research, genetic disease. Isn't that more important than this thing that you saw?
But this could be important medically. Think of the rate of metabolism needed for such a metamorphosis. That in itself could cure disease.
Aren't you making some jumps in logic? If there was such a massive cellular transformation, wouldn't it affect the neuron flow in the brain cells?
Yes, probably.
And wouldn't a rational creature pick you up and simply take you out without destroying half the lab?
But who can tell what its motivation was?
Just for the sake of argument, let's say the key to the transformation is anger or pain. Consider the strength, the potential for violence.
Damn it, why is it you see only the negative possibilities? I've had to contend with that kind of thinking all my life.
It's simply that I've been involved in research where those possibilities were not taken into account and people were hurt.
Well, David, this foundation is under my control, not yours. As soon as this lab is repaired, I'm going ahead with this.
For argument's sake, let's say the key to the transformation is pain. Consider the strength, the potential for violence.
That may be the key.
How?
Consider the effects of adrenaline. Increased strength, stamina. Perhaps someone else was in the lab and Dr. Cabot didn't know. When the accident occurred, that person was also endangered.
And that's what triggered the Hulk.
It makes sense.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure. But if nothing else, you and I are old hands when it comes to, how did he put it? Pain. Anger.
Cabot Foundation. Dr. Cabot, please.
I'm sorry she's not available.
Oh, well, this is Jim Sheffield with National Lab Equipment. There's been a mix-up in the supplies she ordered. I can't send them till I talk to her.
Could you hold for a moment, please? Just a moment, I'll put you through. Dr. Cabot? Yes, Mr. Sheffield for you on line 2, please. Thank you.
What's that call?
It's for Dr. Cabot.
Did you screen it?
Yes, sir. It's a Mr. Sheffield, National Lab Equipment.
We dealt with no such company.
Mr. McGee, I can't believe that's true.
Well, Dr. Cabot, what possible motive could I have in lying to you? Now, if you would like, I can put you in touch with my contact in the State Department.
No, that's all right. Thank you, Mr. McGee.
What's wrong?
That was a reporter. He says this whole thing, the foundation, the lab, is nothing but a setup, a trap, and that my able administrator, Mr. LaFront, is nothing but a mercenary hired to destroy the creature.
So that's it?
No, Alex, we're not finished yet. We simply need to escalate. Blow the objective into the open.
How?
Time-honored technique, Alex. Trial by ordeal. And this time, I think we'll use fire.
You remember what we did at Ban Maytao? I think that'll do the job.
But, sir, those men were our enemies. They were armed.
Well, this time it'll be less risky. Get everyone together in the lab.
Sir, we can't just kill these people.
There won't be any witnesses. Don't worry, Alex.
That isn't what I meant.
I thought it out carefully, Alex. There are no problem.
Oh, but, sir...
Get them.
Sir, I can't take part in killing innocent people.
I've known you for a long time, Alex. You've never had such qualms before.
But, sir, I've come to know these people. Maybe I'm losing my nerve. Maybe I'm getting old.
I'm giving you an order, Alex.
Order.
I can't obey that order.
Alex, we are operational. You know what disobeying a direct order means?
This December on El Rey Network.
Yeah.
Showtime!
Fags. Get off my TV. You're disrupting my TV program. Go now.
This McGee is telling the truth.
And how can you afford to ignore him?
Shut up.
David, have you any idea what this grant means to me, to my work?
Dr. Cabot, I've heard about this McGee. He's no crank, and I think you ought to listen to him.
All right, I'll close down the lab till I can verify McGee's story. I'll tell the front now.
You can't just tell a killer you're backing out. Now, just suppose this entire project is a trap, a very expensive trap. LaFront isn't going to let you or anybody else stand in his way.
What do you suggest I do?
The police. And I don't think we can risk using the telephone. I think you ought to go there yourself, get them back as soon as possible.
Come with me.
No, I can't. I don't think I should.
Excuse me.
I'll stay here and try to keep LaFront from becoming suspicious.
Noble fellow. A suggestion won't be necessary.
Mr. LaFront, what on earth are you doing?
Alex, over there. Little research of my own, Doctor. This is Mr. LaFront. We have an emergency. Will the entire staff please assemble in the transposer lab? Everyone to the transposer lab. Careful. Don't make any trouble. This will all be over very soon.
Hey, what's going on?
All right. We're all here.
What is this?
He's going to set fire to the lab.
Just stay where you are. I got 32 rounds in this clip, and I can fire 10 a second.
Mr. LaFront.
Careful, Bedford. You know I'm not afraid to use this.
Please, I've got to talk with you.
That's close enough.
I'm the man you're looking for.
You are a noble fellow.
It's the truth.
Perhaps. But I want to see the creature, not the man. Do it.
But I can't just transform.
I'm afraid you'll have to.
It doesn't work like that.
So I guessed. Allow me then to give you a helping hand. Back up.
There's Mr. McGee. I knew it. There's Mr. McGee. Got his binoculars on. He's turning into the Hulk again.
David!
Someone's still in there. It's Dr. Kevin. It's a furnace in there. Someone's got to help her.
Alright. If y'all have DirecTV like I have, The Incredible Hulk, if you want to watch it, it comes on channel 341. Channel 341, and that's the channel I have it on. Mr. McGee.
I want to thank you very much for bringing me my things.
It wasn't easy. The lab's been swarming with police since they arrested LaFront. Oh, I should have been more careful from the beginning. 5 years to build a transposer, and what have I got to show for it?
Oh, Doctor, you are a survivor. I'm sure you'll get it rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. Tomorrow I'll pick myself up and apply for another grant. David, you're leaving like this, avoiding the police. McGee.
It's a personal matter. And, Doctor, I do need your help, as far as McGee is concerned.
Don't worry. David, that creature could be very important to my work. Do you know anything about it?
I'd like to help you. I can't.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Goodbye.
now that I'm through watching the Incredible Hulk, I just want to give a big shout out to the people that subscribe to my channel. Thank you for the 35 subscribers. I hope I get more people to subscribe to my channel, and I get 36 subscribers or more. I really appreciate it. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all. Take care of yourself. Peace out. See you in the next video. There's another episode of The Incredible Hulk. I'm going to end this video.